Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Potter Field here in Springfield, Massachusetts, where the Salve Regina University Seahawks will be taking on the Beacons of UMass Boston in Game 5 of the NCAA Softball Championship Tournament regional matchup here today in Springfield. Both these teams with a win and a loss. The Beacons, though, just earned their first NCAA tournament victory just a short while ago and right back at it against the Seahawks here in Springfield. An elimination game for these two teams. Hello again. 3-2 count to Vento. One out, one on. Borman looking in for the sign from Wozniak. She winds and deals, and it's going to be a walk.
That was close. The catcher, Wozniak, certainly thought that was strike three, but Vento getting the benefit of the call. I think oftentimes the catcher, when they're hitting, has a better vision of the strike zone than anyone else, but it was certainly an interesting pitch to take, and now 2-1 for the Beacons' hottest hitter, Raskowski, who had an RBI double and an RBI ground out in Game 1.
That's the first pitch from Borman in the air and looping over the head of Galizzi for a base hit. And now it's bases loaded. That one kind of got tied up in the wind and then dropped like a rock.
The fact that Galizzi did make that much of an effort for it, though, kept Morse close to the second base bag long enough to give her no chance to score. Does bring up Alyssa Tully, who had a hit yesterday and had an RBI and had a single today through a drawn-in infield, just like she does right now.
Beacons threatening to jump on top early. One out, bases loaded. On the ground, too short. No play at home. Over to first, and the throw gets through into foul territory. And that brings in two.
So Bukowski wasn't going to have a play at home, but because she paused, I think she thought she had to throw the ball over a little bit faster, and that ball looked like it bounced in the dirt. It's tough for us to see first base. And that's a big one because now a sacrifice fly could make it 3-0 versus ending a potential inning.
2-0 UMass Boston. Here's a drive to center field, grabbed by Susie. And a good holdup at third base. Susie got that one, was ready to gun home. Held up all the runners.
Yeah, Raskowski was off the bag. She was trying to get back to the bag when the ball was caught. No chance to advance. I don't know the arm of Susie as well as you do, but don't know if she would have been safe either way.
I think it would have been close, especially with the way the wind's blowing from behind us almost to the outfield, left to right. Susie would have had to have thrown through the wind.
Raskowski does have tremendous speed. She's been able to leg out a lot of doubles and triples over her career.
On the ground to third, Lombardo fires over to first for Hickey. That ends the inning, but a costly error by the Seahawks, and the Beacons take a 2-0 lead. We head to the top of the second here in Springfield. Hickey watches it fall in for a ball, and you get the feeling, Salve Regina, they just need that one hit after being shut out in Game 1 and being shut out right now. They're just searching for that first hit to kind of spark the offense. Here's the 1-1. Hickey watches it drop low, ball two.
I think it just takes the weight off your shoulders. I mean, both of these teams, an elimination game, you've got the first win under your belt, and these were the under seeds in this tournament. Springfield was the 2, Amherst the 1 in Amherst, not surprisingly at 2-0. But Salve as the 3 seed, UMass Boston as a 4 seed. You want to win a game, you want to be competitive, and then you want to start thinking about a regional title. Take it step by step. And for both of these teams right now, it's just trying to execute and trying to get back and have a second chance at Amherst tomorrow.
Count now 3-1, and a walk. The first issued by Greenspan here this afternoon.
First base runner for Salve. We were trying to avoid saying that, but there goes the perfect game, and we'll keep it at that.
Broadcasters, big believers in superstition, because we know it's true. Too often, the broadcasting curse is alive and well.
I just don't want to get yelled at by parents.
Yeah.
And I know exactly where Jess's parents are standing, and I'm sure they can hear bits and pieces of what we're saying up above the beautiful Potter Field here at Springfield's campus.
No. Now an opportunity for Salve. We said they haven't had a base runner. Finally someone on base.
Looks like 18 over there at first base.
And Courtney Nowicki is going to run. And if you're not going to be able to drive in the runs, maybe the Seahawks can manufacture them a very good base running team.
And you'd expect to see some kind of bunt here or potentially a hit and run, trying to put the runner in movement and force some issues for the defense.
And maybe head coach Nell Aquinto going with some fresh legs. Nowicki, just her third appearance in a game all season. She does have one stolen base. Swing and a miss there from Florent. Count 2-1.
Greenspan just missed on the first two pitches. That pitch was well out of the zone, a drop ball, but the batter swinging and missing at a nice job by Vento to keep it in front of her.
Here's the 2-1. Bunt attempt laid down by Florent, who comes up hobbling.
Yeah, it caught her on that front left knee. They're going to have to question whether there was an offer there, which I believe there was. So that should count as a strike and not a hit by pitch. The umpires will talk it over, and they're going to keep the batter in the batter's box, which I think was the right call, at least.
I think they're sending her down to first. So they send Florent down to first.
It looked like the home plate umpire initially signaled toward the batter's box.
He pointed to the box, and then he pointed to first base.
Saw the exact same play last night in a game between the Houston Astros and the New York Yankees, where it was the third baseman, Chase Headley, who offered at a pitch, tried to offer a pitch on a bunt, and then was trying to pull it back when it caught him in the hand. Headley wasn't given his base, and then was eventually kicked out because he had some words for the home plate umpire. But I guess what they're asking here is, did she get it back in time? And now they're going to talk to the third base umpire.
So we're going to get a conference here. This is a big call.
This is huge. The first base umpire is our crew chief, but the question is, did the third base umpire have the better call? We saw it earlier. The home plate umpire asked the third base umpire on a check swing on a left-handed hitter. So maybe the Beacons think that she had the better view of that, because it's all about, was the bat pulled back in time, if at all? And that's what Natalia Ardagna, the Beacons coach, is asking, because this is a huge situation in this game.
And right now would be first and second with one out. Florent would have to conceivably come back and bat a little gimpy, and I think they're going to leave her at first. So that's a big call.
Huge call, because otherwise it's 2-2 with the runner on first and one out. Now you have 2 on, and an extra base hit could tie it. A little bit of... Now you really expect Salve to potentially get a bit aggressive with the base running, trying to force a mistake.
And Galizzi comes to the plate. And some adversity here in this game for the first time for Jess Greenspan to deal with.
And now if you're UMass Boston, especially defensively, just have to shrug it off. Call that they didn't think went their way.
Galizzi, that running start does not offer. Takes ball one. First and second with one out. 1-0 the count. Greenspan winds and delivers. Bunt laid down. It dives right in front of the plate. Throw down at third. Gets away. And everyone's safe. Bases loaded now. The first hit of the game for Salve Regina.
It should be. They could give a fielder's choice on that, but I agree with you. And they still haven't updated the scoreboard.
We'll have to wait and see what comes up on our live stats feed. And they offer a fielder's choice there.
I think with a good throw, it would have been a bang-bang play at third base. I'm not sure if they get Nowicki. It's an interesting call. Sometimes you see, I mean, this isn't a home book, making these scoring decisions. This is Springfield, who's obviously 100% neutral in this game, but sometimes when you see a 0 up there in the hits column, you see those close plays not be ruled the way you would in a game where maybe there were a couple up there, but either way, it's a huge play. Now, Andrew, you've watched this team all season long. Is this a situation where we could see a squeeze play trying to not only get a run, but potentially see another mistake and see 2 runs come in?
Absolutely. Absolutely. One out here, bases loaded. Lombardo batting for Salve, takes strike 1. The pitch on the ground, grappled at second. Throw to the plate is not going to be in time, and the Seahawks get 1 run on the board.
That is a bad decision by a senior. Caitlin Morris had the easy play at first base. It would have been 2-1 with 2 outs in the inning, and Morse tried to make the throw home, didn't have a chance to beat Nowicki, and now a chance for Salve to take the lead here with the hit. No hits in the inning. A walk, a hit by a pitch on a near strike call, and then
2 fielder's
choices.
Like I said, manufacturing runs. Popped up, drifting foul, and it's going to ding right off the dugout and into foul territory. And that one aided by the wind if you're Salve Regina.
Here's another big play in the inning. If that ball just stays a little bit closer, Tully got really close to the cage, was worried about the fencing. If she's able to make that play, the Beacons could have been out of the inning.
Riley takes ball 1.
And that's not a physical error on the scoreboard by Morse, but that's a big mental error. You have to recognize what the situation is, and she didn't have a good chance to get Nowicki at home, even with a perfect play.
On the ground, too short, and a little more indecision, and a throw over to first is not in time, and the Seahawks tie the game.
And another situation, we talked about it, for Salve defensively, you have to know where you're going to go with the ball with Pressmack. Braga there wanted to go home, then she thought about second. She would have had the out at second. She would have had the out at first. I don't know about home, but now they haven't put up a hit or an out there. That's not a fielder's choice. She went to first base. It should be a hit.
Now, Wozniak pops this one up to second. Tagging and trying to score is Galizzi, and she's thrown out at home to end the inning. So Janelle Iaquinto wanted to send Galizzi to try and take the lead. Nevertheless, the Seahawks get 2 back, and we are tied here at Potter Field. Salve Regina 2, UMass Boston 2. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Welcome back to the field here in Springfield on the campus of Springfield College. The Beacons batting here in the bottom of the 7th. They are the home team here in this game. And a chance to walk off with their second victory here today. Already earned their first ever tournament victory over Springfield, eliminating the host Pride. 1-1 count here from Borman to Braga. A little blooper foul.
And if you're Gigi Braga, who's up right now, or Kira Pressmack in the on-deck circle, you're just trying to get on base. If the Beacons can get it to Vento and Razkowski, those are their 2 big run producers. You just need 1 run here. They've been scoreless since the first.
Strike 3 called. Borman gets a strikeout to start the inning. Her 4th of the afternoon.
Yeah, we've seen a great pitcher's duel. It was 1-0 in the first game between these 2 teams in 7 with Borman getting the win. This one's been even better pitching. 5 hits through 6.5.
This one chopped to the glove of Borman, and she's not going to have a chance to throw down to first. That one a high hop, and no play to be made there. The speed of Pressmack.
Pressmack 3 for 4 in this one. A pair of infield singles and a ball hit right past Borman on the ground. See what the Beacons do here. Do you potentially give a straight steal? I don't know the arm strength of Wozniak behind the plate, or do you let Moore swing away or potentially bunt with Vento due up next?
Here's the pitch. Bunt laid down, grabbed by Lombardo. They throw over to first for a 1, and Galizzi fanning like she's going to throw on to third, and that holds up Pressmack at second. A little bit of a deke there from Galizzi. 2 outs now with a runner at second in scoring position, and here comes Vento for the Beacons.
And first base open, so Borman doesn't have to give her something great.
She pitches inside. Count 1-0.
Vento is hitless in this one, 0 for 2. Raskowski behind her, 1 for 3.
Here's a shot to left field. Racing back is Florin, and it's gone! A walk-off home run for Vento, and the Beacons drop Salve Regina 4-2. Roxanne Vento with her 4th home run of the season ends the game.